Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the prayer from John. Excuse me, it's been a busy day. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
God, we thank you for staying with us. We thank you for each person here, and we pray that you would just grant wisdom as we go through today's meeting, and may you continue to bless everybody here and keep everybody safe and healthy here in the village. In your name, amen.
Thank you. The first ding was like I can't. No, it was like, Jesus. 7:02. Yeah. She just said bless everybody. It's like ding. Thank you.
Okay, can I have a roll call of officers, please?
Moore?
Here.
Kennedy is absent excused. Pelichek?
Yes.
Swack?
Here.
Hawkins. And for the record, Clerk Zelnok is here. Treasurer Judy Verse is absent excused. Okay.
Can I have a motion to approve the minutes of the May 12th meeting, please? All in support? All in support.
I will make a motion to approve the May 12th, 2025 minutes for the regular meeting of the Village Council.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Done. And the agenda approval, please. Can I have a motion?
Oh, here we
I need to add
I was
2
gonna say-
items to that on old business and 1 on ordinance
go. Enforcement.
enforcement.
President's number 3.
We just need to add to item 1 on old business, is all.
Oh,
Just item 1.
Not the ordinance enforcement? Okay.
Yeah, so,
So agenda approval with the added item of the, now you got me messed up.
yeah, what's the addition
No,
for number 1?
so, no, I don't know what you were talking about, but what we have over there in your notes is on old business, we want to add the new code ordinance, the code ordinance for the treasurer position.
For the treasurer.
Is that-
Correct, under
Is that
old business.
part of number 1?
It is part of number 1. You
So
could call it
treasurer.
like a 1A if you wanted to, only because he's gonna share a piece of information, and I just probably should have titled it differently, but we've got late information.
Got it.
And the agenda was printed already, so, if you would just add that we're gonna have a motion on a new code ordinance amendment. And did you have, what did you want to add?
Me?
Did you have something else to add to it?
No.
Okay, so,
I will make a motion to approve the amended agenda for June 9, regular meeting of the Village Council, Village of Leonard Council.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Treasurer's report. This is not here. I have a motion to approve the treasurer's report.
I will make a motion to approve the treasurer's report as provided May 2025.
Support.
A roll call, officers, please.
Kennedy, oh, sorry, my bad. Pelichek?
Yes.
Moore?
Yes.
Swack?
Yes.
Hawkins?
Yes.
So on accounts, motion to approve the accounts payable in general of $11,454.82, major of $10,528.23, local $2,950, no cents, the mill and park recreation $565.75.
I will make a motion to approve the accounts payable May 2025. Do I need to go over those
You can
amounts?
just say in those amounts as mentioned.
Okay, in the amounts that were mentioned, I did double check them. They are the same for both pieces of paper here.
Support.
So the roll call of officers, please.
Swack?
Yes.
Hawkins?
Yes.
Moore?
Yes.
Pelichek?
Yes. So is there any public comment at this time?
None. Okay.
Let's see. Not about the baby raccoon either.
What's the hell it's living under?
So we're on to new business. For on the agenda is the community decorating. Request for funds from the Community Decorating Fund has been made for flowers for the planters. This would encompass the 9 planters at the mill and park and the remaining planters downtown in the amount of $300. I have a roll call for, excuse me.
Okay.
Can I have a motion to support that, please?
I will make a motion to approve $300 for plants in the planters between the village downtown area, the nature park, and the mill.
Support.
Have a roll call, please.
Sure, just 1 second. Belichick?
Yes.
Hawkins?
Yes.
Swack?
Yes.
Moore?
Yes. Number 2 on the agenda is an ad hoc committee. We're looking for help to form a committee to get everything together for the paving of Forest Street. If anybody wants to join in with me and do this as a team,
Sounds like a blast, I'm in.
part of that I'll explain why.
I even told Bill, you know, if, I know everyone's super busy, that just being because I love taking minutes, that I would even just go to some of the meetings that other people on the committee can't make. You've got young families, you guys are all really committed.
Gotcha.
That I could help at least take some of the information and maybe we could disseminate it, and anybody who wanted to be on the ad hoc could kind of like put our heads together. It's just, the numbers are mind-blowing as far as like for our community.
Were you able to get a hold of Alex too?
Yeah, I'll send him an email.
Is he in or
Yeah, no, I haven't had a chance to talk to him.
Oh,
He's been
okay.
traveling a lot,
Oh,
so
okay.
I didn't want to bother him.
Got it.
So I was thinking maybe we could just, whoever was interested,
I
pull
said
him in
I value his opinion, so. Yeah.
for our upcoming project. It's,
Well, it's
We need
just so
one.
confusing, it's so different, and then we've got Bill is new, and I've never, you know,
Well,
they changed the rules
yeah, rules have
Yeah, yeah.
changed.
again,
Yeah,
and
so,
I'll put this on now. What's happened is Don and I had talked quite a while in the past here that by the end of this year, he was gonna be done. He wasn't gonna come back, he was gonna retire.
Don's gonna retire?
I thought he meant figuratively December of this year.
okay.
I think what he meant was the end of the budget year when we were done plowing snow and stuff, because he has not talked to me yet, but we had talked about it, and I heard from Mike that he was not coming back. He was sure he was done. Yes, take your time, it's a personal decision, you know, so whatever you're gonna do. I said, I'm not gonna ask you to stay.
Well,
You're
just
gonna
let us know ahead of time and keep
Which
us in the
leads
loop.
me, though, to wants to go to DPW now and do work there as well as anything else that comes up with that.
And we don't really have a good candidate, do we have to post for something like that, or do we have to,
The most knowledgeable people right now is our grass cutter.
awesome.
I didn't broach the subject with you. So it's not. No.
Well, maybe he'll listen to me.
So we're gonna be quite busy because we're losing people right and left here. Okay.
Cool.
So if, you know, everybody would be valuable. Lori has already said she would assist with that. She's becoming my new best friend, so I don't know about you guys, but.
Don't lose her. Don't drive her away. Okay, so Ann
So at this
Don.
time, I would like to make a motion to close the regular meeting of the Leonard Village Council and open the public hearing to discuss reprogramming of the 2019, 2021, and 2022 Community Development Block Grant Funds, and also approve the 2025 CDBG application. Can I have a roll call,
oh,
please?
well, hold on.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead, you're right.
To close the meeting
Yep, to close it.
at 7:09.
7:09? You know what, you need a second on that before we do roll call.
I'll have a
Yes, I
second.
need a
I
Did you do the
second.
second, you did
Yep.
that? Okay, so the Bill was the first, Jennifer was the second, and then, sorry, roll call.
Now-
Swack,
Yes.
Oh,
Moore,
you didn't do it yet.
Pelichick,
Yes.
Yes.
Hawkins.
Yes.
Now you can talk.
Okay, great. Okay, so now that
Now you're
our
closed.
community development block grant hearing is open, basically this is our opportunity to share with the public what we're going to be doing with the funds. So Block grant has metrics for what they have to meet for spending money. They have become very, very tight on us use it or lose it. And we're at a point now that we are supposed to have all of our money spent within 12 months. We have money hanging out there from 2019, 2021, and 2022. Basically, it can't be there anymore. So as opposed to them, quote, pulling it back, what we're going to do is we're gonna let the public know that there are ways that the funds can be used that actually will still help the public. So what we're going to do is ask that the money be reprogrammed. And reprogramming means we take it out of one fund, which was remove architectural barriers, like truncated domes and things like that that are on sidewalks, and we move it into another fund. And the fund is going to be rehabilitation of single unit residential. And basically what that means is money goes into the Oakland County Home Improvement Fund, which is terrific because of all the rules and regulations we have around spending block grant money. We have a $7,000 budget. I can't combine money. Sometimes I can split it and spend part of it, but if I have money left over, it creates all kinds of complications. They want me to use a yearly budget in one go or maybe two goes. And the money, if I send it to Oakland County Home Improvement, they can take that and they can assist low-income homeowners. Not only can they assist them with low-interest loans, but people who are maybe in forbearance or they're having a difficult time, they can give them debt relief. And we have been able to do that once before where I was able to transfer money from that and it went to a local homeowner and they were able to pay off some of the debt they had so they could get another project done at really low income rates. So what we're going to do is if the public is agreeable to this because it's a use it or lose it, that's what we want to do with it.
So that actually does it go back to Oakland County to be used, or does it technically it just goes to a different account that still Leonard and maybe Addison can use?
We no longer administrate it, is what will happen. So these funds, it's regulated by HUD. And HUD has really, really stern standards that we have to adhere to. And they have got to get it off the books, like yesterday. So it will now go into their fund, which it kind of can be pooled, because that's been the problem. We're not allowed to pool. So I have a homeowner that needs $10,000. Well, they need to come up with the rest. And so this way, it probably would just do so much more good.
Okay.
So what I would be looking for when we close this public hearing and we go back to our regular hearing and we're looking for a motion, we'll be looking for two of them. Not only for the one to move the 2019, 2021, and 2022 money over to that program, but also the 2025 application that we just did, that needs to go too, because we still have other money on the books, and they're gonna let us keep one slot of money, which is like $7,000. The rest of it has to go.
So why wouldn't the old stuff go? Why would the 2025 have to go?
It just makes it easier because programming is like literally, when I do a reprogramming, the application is about 80 pages.
Okay, so it's just easier.
It's like a massive amount of work, and so it's just easier this way if we just jump. They let me keep a year of older money that we could use maybe this winter for somebody. The new application just is done, and then it saves like a lot of paperwork on everybody's end. And then with them too, because every time somebody reprograms, it gets under a microscope with HUD. And so just everybody's life is easier.
It's a bummer to lose the money, but at the same time, at least it goes to somebody.
I will say that in working with the home improvement program a couple years ago when we did this for a local homeowner, they really try to find somebody like in Leonard. And then once it gets to that point that they can't find anybody, and then they start looking kind of outward.
Okay, so they actually do target us.
They really
first
target
for
us.
the money that
So
we've
that was
given
kind
back.
that was the deal before why
Okay.
it was like such an easy transition, is because we have somebody locally here that needs that money right now.
Right.
And so there was no reason not to do it. So does the public have any questions for me on block grant and how we would reprogram and do the application for the 2025 funds? Okay, well then it's up to you, Bill.
Seeing as there's no more things from the audience, at this time I would like to make a motion to close the public hearing to discuss community development block grant funds and reopen the regular meeting of the Leonard Village Council.
I will second that motion.
I need a roll call vote on that.
It was 7:17.
Okay.
Moore,
Yes.
Swack,
Yes.
Pelichick, Hawkins. Okay.
We need to
So
approve
now-
what we just talked about. I need to get a motion on the reprogramming of the 2019
So,
funds.
Let me just make sure you've got 361081 for 2019. You've got 7,000 for 2021. And then 2022 is 3,500, correct?
Yeah.
Right, but
That-
we
those-
can't roll them into one number because
No,
they're.
I was actually gonna do them separate.
Okay.
I only circled them because I'm not doing that much math.
I know.
I'm not doing all that math.
I'm,
Okay.
yeah,
And then do you want a separate motion for this 2025, correct?
correct. So
Yeah.
if you could if you could do two motions, that would be exactly
So we'll
what they're asking.
start with I will make a motion to reprogram the 2019 CDBG funds in the amount of 361081, along with the funds from 2021 in the amount of $7,000, the funds from 2022 for $3,500, and reprogram those to Oakland County,
You could just say home improvement program is good enough.
to the home improvement program, okay.
Program.
Yeah, that's number 5. So can you have a
Okay.
roll call vote, please?
So that was Swack and Hawkins?
Yes,
Yes.
Hawkins? Swack?
yes.
Pelichick?
Yes.
Moore?
Yes.
And then I'll give you a minute here. 2025, $7,000 is going to that exact same Oakland County Home Improvement Program. Okay, I'll give you a minute.
Got it? Go ahead.
I will make a motion to reprogram the 2025.
Oh, actually, we're approving.
Okay, approve the 2025 CDBG application for $7,000 to the Oakland County Home Improvement Program.
Support.
Is it okay if I do a roll call on that?
You
Oh,
probably have
do a
to,
roll
yeah.
call, please.
Okay. Hawkins?
Yes.
Swack?
Yes.
Moore?
Yes.
Pelichick? Yes. Okay. That moves us to agenda item number 6. We're just moving right along.
If I can find it.
Here, take mine. You want that?
And, number 6, we're gonna adopt the code amendment ordinance number 1.015, the treasurer appointment. What we're doing is just doing the treasurer. I know we discussed combining the two. The lawyer did not think that that was a good idea. And he said we could do it later by resolution if we had to. If we get somebody that will accept both positions to do both, then we'll do it by resolution at that point in
Both
time.
positions.
What?
Admin.
Administrator.
And
Admin
treasurer,
and building
Office help.
department.
She was doing both.
basically, yeah.
Right.
That is what this amendment is about, to amend our ordinance to allow us to appoint
Yep.
a treasurer.
And this was to allow us to appoint a treasurer because that person can now live outside of the village limits.
Yes.
Because we have limited people that will take a village treasurer position, so we need to look outside of the village and be flexible.
Chapter 2. Okay. It's okay, you can go back. All right,
Do you need,
we need a motion to
adopt it.
adopt this ordinance.
I will-
Chapter 2 of the Village Code of Ordinances.
I will make a motion to approve,
I think we need to adopt.
to adopt ordinance, an ordinance to amend the code of ordinances, village.
I know.
I will make a motion to adopt ordinance number 1.015, specifically chapter 2 regarding the treasurer position.
Support.
Have a roll call vote, please.
1 second.
He's gonna roll call vote for you. Now, if that thing starts making names, it's out.
Pelichick.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Hawkins.
Yes.
Swack.
Yes.
Get sunburned, Bill?
keep things humorous if I can.
I have to, absolutely have to.
Okay, on to number 7. This, I spoke about this coming about 2 meetings ago. I spoke about this new agreement coming, this intergovernmental agreement for NODA Smart. Number 7 has to do with that. The new agreement, excuse me, itself, that we're going to approve tonight has not changed. The major change you'll see in the second half of what we just got today. So,
I was
or
gonna say, I see a lot of
this weekend.
strikeouts and stuff like that.
But there's two motions here. One is going to approve the intergovernmental agreement. And I'd like to get a motion to do that. Let's get through this one first. It's a lot of paperwork, but it really doesn't say much different than what we already had. They're trying to streamline and start streamlining their paperwork.
Are they, is that all of, you said there's 2 motions, is it all regarding this one?
No,
Okay.
I don't think I gave you the one that you emailed me Sunday night. It's not in there, but essentially, I think from what Bill told me was, because you talked to the director this morning, right?
yes,
About it is,
yes.
we adopt this every year, the intergovernmental agreement, but they're having some struggles getting funding from communities, and so what they're trying to do is just streamline the way things are done. They want it to be like a flow-through situation. So basically, the money now is coming from our taxes to SMART, from SMART to NODA, and they want us to basically say, we agree that yes, to the flow-through funding. That's basically what this agreement is, but we're gonna make a motion for that. The second one is basically saying that, do you wanna take it from here as far as we're gonna be into ongoing?
What we have to do is agree to pay our money or any funding we
NODA
do.
stuff.
We still go through SMART because it's mandated by the state.
Got it.
They own that. The big difference becomes in how SMART and NODA interact. So NODA can now go get the funds on their own. Because they have to go ask, we have 7 different communities, and we're looking at adding 2 more now. And so that made 7 different agreements with SMART. So what we're going to do tonight is roll that all into one agreement. We're gonna sign on that, yes, we agree to this.
I got
And
you.
we won't have to go through this again.
We'll still approve it every year or no?
It's continuous, it's every
Okay.
year.
All right.
And unless their change comes up in the future.
And as far as funds go, we would still be
It's
sending them to
the same
SMART.
amount of money, and it's going the same way. That's what we're asking to do, that we go 100% of our community funding or anything we do to go to SMART.
So that part doesn't really change then?
No, it doesn't change.
It's
from
more
the
of a
way
change on their side?
No, it's only between NODA and SMART to
Got it.
streamline the future, because it takes, they're 2.5 years behind on getting funds for NODA.
Awesome. And that's all part of this?
Yeah,
Okay.
well, it's a separate piece of paper, I think.
The separate piece of paper isn't in there. The one for us to adopt the intergovernmental agreement is in front of you
Is
right
this
now.
one?
It's all here.
All right.
Yeah, so that would be the one motion. The other one is just basically saying that we're going to do it until we change our mind.
Once every community does what we're gonna do in the second half of this, and we agree to do that, once the 7 communities put that together now, it's gonna go into an agreement
Okay.
for this point in time going forward for all of them.
Gotcha.
So it's
Okay.
easier.
Okay.
It's one agreement to cover all of us rather than 7 different ones.
That is
And
already
wish we
more
would've
efficient.
had 2 more, because it's likely that NODA's gonna get 2 more municipalities here in the
Well,
near
hopefully we
future.
can just do an amendment to it instead of redoing everything.
So,
Okay.
would be better. It'll be easier for
Yeah,
everybody.
I don't think we'll have to do anything.
Do you need 2 separate?
I think it's,
It's a document I have to sign and send back, and it's about money going to SMART.
right, but you can do this one first, right here.
Yeah,
Enter into it.
yes, we're gonna do that first. We're gonna do number 7 first, the intergovernmental agreement. We're gonna approve that. If I can get a motion to approve that.
I will make a motion to approve the intergovernmental contracted services agreement between the townships of Orion, Oxford, Addison, and NODA.
Support.
Make it a roll call vote, please.
Sure. Swack,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Pellicet, Hawkins.
Yes.
Now I see why there's all, okay, now the strike-throughs make sense. What is the second motion?
The
And
second one.
do you want to actually put that one together?
There. You can make that motion.
You can make that
Actually,
motion, yeah.
I'll make this. Can I get a motion to authorize a continuing annual flow of funding from SMART to NODA for
Oh,
transportation services?
I support.
Okay.
Roll call vote, please.
1 second, you're quick and I'm slow. So I got to work on shorthand or something here.
Maybe she won't be my new best friend.
That's right, I need to meet AI to help me here. Okay, so, that's for sure. Okay, I'm ready for that roll call now. Pellicet?
Yes.
Hawkins?
Yes.
Swack?
Yes.
Moore?
Yes.
Okay. That moves us along
Did we
to,
already just do this?
we did not,
We
so,
did. So we didn't. We didn't
correct.
approve the ordinance.
so,
So we just did that.
I thought I did that one.
Yeah. We took it out of.
it got out of order, is that what happened? Okay, that's okay, if it got out of order somehow.
It got out of order when we have it.
Well, it's on here,
Actually,
it's on
in
here already.
And here, we got
Yeah.
to do
Oh,
stuff.
did that happen?
It's duplicated.
Okay,
That's
that
what happened.
sometimes, okay, so the only thing that
Okay.
you, if you want to, you can talk about the letter from the lawyer, but you kind of touched on it briefly.
I
don't know if you
did.
want to say more on that right now?
Not right now, because
Okay.
I don't,
Then we're good to go.
because we know what we can do now when it
I
comes to
am-
that, if we make a resolution
I am-
at the time.
100% good with that.
Okay.
All right, let's keep going.
All right, let's keep going.
So we can actually skip number 1 of
We're
old
gonna
business?
skip number 1, old business, because we already did
Because we
it.
already did it as number 6 of new
So
business.
on the
Okay.
park property purchase, I finally got all the deeds we needed
Awesome.
after 4 or 5 calls down to Oakland County, and we can't find it. Okay, keep looking.
I was gonna say, I could have helped you on that
So
kind
it
of
took a
stuff.
while, but last week, the survey got done for this
Good.
park purchase, so I always say this, and then I kick myself because it doesn't go the way I say. I expect it to move fast to conclusion now, because I did all the legwork for them
It's
anyway. I don't know
government.
why we're paying
It's not
Roe,
gonna go
because
fast.
they kept calling me and I kept finding them stuff and sending them stuff,
Got it.
so they should have paid
So
me.
the survey's done, what's left to
The
do?
survey's done, what's left is they gotta put all the
Legal
new legal description of each property together, plus the deeds, get it back to us. I need to get it approved, I need to send everything down, I don't need to get that approved, we've
Right.
already approved the purchase of the
Right.
park, we'll just do that.
But now you
here.
need the deeds notarized, and
Yeah,
you can do
I
that
got a
in,
little ahead of myself, I was talking about the assessor's office.
well, I was gonna say, you can do that down at,
Yeah, but then I send everything to John, okay?
The
all
attorney.
that leaves- And then he drafts the final proposal to buy the property.
got it based on
He'll
those,
send that to us,
okay.
we'll approve that final draft,
And then
and
get it over
then
to-
he will make the actual proposal and send it out to us to sign, so
Okay.
we can get it done.
So he needed all the proper descriptions
He's-
before he
yeah,
could do any
needs
of that
everything
stuff.
done in his lap, so he can put it all together in a proposal,
Makes sense to me.
okay? That's where we're at, so hopefully, yet this year we'll get it done so that we can,
I'll just tell them no anyway. After all this, I'll say, I don't think so.
yeah.
You'll have more raccoons, I'm just saying.
I will anyway, they don't take care of it.
The kind of the DPW update, I gave you that bad news there, so we're gonna be looking for another guy to run the DPW. Or at the discretion of the council, or we move up the one that's cutting our lawn now, because he does know how to run the tractor, truck and stuff, so,
Well, anything that we can get done to teach them.
yeah, well,
I mean, now's the time to kind of get
Is
that
he gonna
overlap.
want to? There's the question.
yeah,
Oh, the mowing guy.
yeah, the mowing guy.
Now's the time to ask the questions.
The mowing guy,
The mowing guy.
He should,
he should,
he should.
I can't speak to
Yeah, I
that.
have a question. Whose tractors are at the building right now?
I'll get to it,
Oh, is it on here?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, cool.
So I have an Freedom of Information request.
Do you have anything for DPW?
It was.
That was it.
the
That was
news
it.
about,
Okay.
Don
Got it.
is retiring. Effectively,
Oh,
he
okay,
has
gotcha.
retired, but he has not turned his phone or keys into me yet. He hasn't talked to me, actually talked to me yet, so it's,
I've heard that before from him too, so.
yeah, but, so, it's kind of, well, but he was gonna go, like I said, the end of the year, and I moved it out to December. I was like, oh, he's gonna stay through December. We have time, but, you know, it seems like he went at the end of the, budget year. Okay. So the Freedom of Information request, a title corporation for the 4285
4285.
building has requested the tax records and dangerous building hearings from us, which we submitted to them, right?
A
We
title
submitted-
company did?
Mhm.
So there's an offer.
Well, that would be good news, right?
No,
As long as they do what they're supposed to do.
If they do what they're supposed
they're
to.
not going it.
That way we don't have to do it, yeah.
So we've already gone through the block grant reports. We're not
There
any
is
further
just
on
nothing.
that. What we've done, go here recently, under ordinance enforcement, we served a resident at 115 West Elmwood for the work that he did in his yard and the going past his property lines into the roadway, right-of-way, and excavated right up to the edge of the road. So I'm requesting that he put that back in the condition it was in at his expense, not ours. If we have to go in and do it, we're gonna charge him for everything we can, because I'll have to survey, I have to know where his lot line is. The roadway is 66 foot wide, and he's 11 foot from the center line, so I think he's too close to the road.
Wow, I didn't realize it was that wide at that point.
Well,
66 from the center line?
33, the
33
roadways
and
are 33 per side.
Wow. Holy smokes.
And he has far exceeded his property lines. We sent him the aerial views with the property lines on him to his home. We sent him all that. We've sent him every ordinance right now that he has violated.
Okay.
We've asked him to come in within 10 days and talk to us and submit a site plan to the building commission so that he can get it done right. We're giving him a way out. So if he'll do all the work, then we're not gonna fine him or anything. We just put it back in order and move this inside his property. So, but he's also, we're under the assumption it's a dirt track, bike track thing. But we can't say that until he says that,
Gotcha.
you know,
Okay,
so.
we submit tonight.
But we do have, but if he says that, he's also in violation of another ordinance he can't do.
Did
So-
you hear actual, like a motorcycle engine? Okay, because I didn't know if it was BMX bike or if it was like something that was motorized, because I asked around,
I think it's
nobody had
motorized.
heard anything, because that's a whole different ordinance violation if it's actually motorized. So-
We
I
sent,
didn't see it, but I would say it's motorized.
we sent
Okay.
that out through the post office Friday, but certified mail. That's what I was gonna give you.
Oh, okay.
That's your tracking code. So
Okay.
we'll know when he receives it and the countdown will start. We'll know exactly when he receives it. If he doesn't pick it up, they'll hold it at the post office. He'll have 5 days to go and get it. Okay. I see Brandy is here this evening, so we're gonna get a summer festival committee report from Brandy. Nice to see you.
How are you?
Good.
Should I stand or are we okay? to
Wherever you're comfortable, whatever works for you.
If you're
so
comfortable in those steel chairs, go ahead.
I'm Brady, and just for people of you I don't know, the Summer Festival Committee President, and why don't you introduce yourself?
Alicia Grabenstein, the treasurer.
So we did want to do an official announcement today. This is our second meeting. We did come at the end of the closing of 2023 to announce to the public that we would probably have 2024, last year, be the last festival due to difficulty with funding and volunteers and board members. So we tried really hard to save it last year. We were able to raise money. We were not able to get new members. And we were really hopeful because we had an outpour of volunteers last year, but they were only doing it to help us get through what they thought would be already a final year. And we actually have half of the members this year that we had last. Because we were able to raise the money, but not the people, We actually still were not going to have this year, but the fire department, as you know, or many of you know, it's their 75th anniversary year, and they really wanted to celebrate it in this way. So they have stepped up to help us make this last year happen. Unfortunately, but very factually, nobody else in the community is. It is not sustainable, and even what the fire department is doing is not something they're willing to do again after this year. So with that said, we're just trying to give the best festival we can in our final year. We're happy to be able to report that it's happening at all, because it almost did not happen for this final year. But it is irrevocably going to be the last festival. So we do have a meeting next week, Monday. If anybody wants to join, we encourage somebody to join. We're hoping a few volunteers will step up.
What time?
Hear what we have going on.
What time?
It's at 6:30 here.
6:30.
In Roland, yes.
A week from today.
And with that, Alicia's just gonna go over a few highlights of some of the financial things we're gonna hand over to you guys for some final payments that are due on the day of festivals.
So I do have our 2025 budget so far, what we have here. So I'm just gonna pass that out.
Thank you.
And we did send a few emails with a few invoices. I don't know if you guys were able to see or receive.
Thank you.
them.
Got it.
Yes, thank you.
So, the date of the festival, we do have to make a payment to Chamberlain Pony Rides, a Romeo Party Rental, the 3/4 time band, and then the DJ, or, the MC, whatever you call them, for a total of $5,379 issued the day of the festival. So we would actually like the village to issue, we're gonna
To
issue
have
the
those
money to the
prepped.
village, and then the village would write the check to them the day of.
Yeah.
So that way it'll
Which,
clear.
are they marked as to which ones are needed? Or are they just what you,
It's actually, you sent an email.
You invoiced us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay, so you've got it, so she
Yep.
knows what's going on, okay.
Or not?
No, so we did just go over everything before tonight, and we decided Wayne should probably, the DJ should be added to that. So I did just send, you might not have seen the final, that in addition to, for that final total of $5,379, to which we'll issue that check to you this evening. But yes, it is in the email, so you know who each check should be written out to and for what the value is.
And did they just give them back to you, or to one of you guys?
Yes.
That way you've got them?
Thanks for being so proactive on
Yeah,
that.
'cause the
and
checks
just
need
getting
time to clear.
this to us so early. It
Yeah.
really, we've never gotten it so early before. It's so nice. to-
Well, things wouldn't have cleared either, had they not been early.
Well, can we trust them? The check cleared? No.
We were just
So-
hoping that, because we had it figured out, with only 4 of us this year,
Right.
we really said we have to know what's going on early. It's too stressful.
It is.
This month, from
Yeah.
basically right now until the festival, we're just over a month, and we have a holiday week in there. So it really is only 4 active weeks. We don't usually count the holiday week. And it's on 4 people. So he said it all has to be done so we can just focus on the physical act of doing now.
Right.
We really don't want to be worried about each, checks and things like that and trying to do everything else.
Right.
So we really made a conscious choice.
Is there anything
to try
else
to
that you could get out of the way? I mean, is there anything else that can get out of the way, or is it just really the money stuff?
Everything else is day to day. I mean, we do have some other financial things that we have to figure out.
They don't have to be done for the day of?
Right, we can pay in advance for those.
Oh,
Things like
I
hay
gotcha.
bales. They're
Oh, I
usually-
gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
candy for the parade, but we can't buy it yet, but we can just buy it and it be done, it's the little
Yeah,
things.
I gotcha.
But yeah, that stuff, the big things are all done there. So I guess just to reiterate, next week, Monday, 6:30, and that we still really need volunteers to help with the community.
They seem to be in short supply everywhere you go.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
So everybody, get people to step up.
Do you have
I'm volunteering. My kids are volunteering. It's the last one. Come on, everybody. You can. You can do it. You can do it. Come on, just even if it's 2 hours.
Do you have a
Yeah.
sign
2
up
hours. Give
for it,
these
or is it
ladies
just
a
for you guys?
bathroom break.
Yeah.
Right?
I'll be walking the neighborhood, asking all my neighbors.
Yes, so I
Put
do.
my dues in, I'm not doing it again.
Right, and I noticed your Strawberry Festival t-shirt, and I appreciate that dearly. So I will say there is a sign up, it is on our Facebook page.
Oh, okay.
If, anybody does not use Facebook, they can reach out to me,
We'll get you. They can contact me if they don't have your number.
248.
No, I've got it,
Oh.
yeah, unless somebody else needs it.
Yeah, so it can be posted on the board if we want to put it out there, but again, showing up to the Monday meeting, if somebody's watching OCTV and they don't have Facebook, but if they want to come next week to the Monday meeting, 6:30, we are taking them however we can get them, but I do.
I'll post something on the community board out front that just last push for volunteers for the
Yes.
Strawberry
Great.
Festival.
If they can sign up though, it is helpful. Holly, who's not here right now, she's gonna help organize that, and it's just easier than us trying to write your names and find everyone's phone number, write it down for them. That
I
way she
know.
can send out an email and everybody that was on it, we know we don't miss them with that communication, but we'll do our best to fill in the verbal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Last year, we were just grabbing them, just like.
Yes, but there was more to grab.
Yeah,
This year, our meetings, I think we've had maximum 2 people show.
Excellent.
That's it. So it's,
Excellent.
yeah, it's been a struggle. So that's all that I have to report for today.
Thank you, ladies.
Thanks.
That's a lot.
Thanks for your great report.
And all your hard work.
Right, it's the hard work.
Yeah, for all the years that you've done it. It's never easy. Okay, on to the Cable Commission. John,
No,
you,
no meeting this month, or last month, but we will meet this
Okay.
month. It's every other month now.
we did sign a new agreement with them and get that off to them, so that's in their hands now.
Yep,
So there'll be
yeah,
there'll be a June meeting?
Yeah, there will be at the end of
June
June.
meeting.
Okay.
Anything from the decorating committee that you can report?
Just that email you got from,
So the funds have been
All the
approved,
fun-
so we're
the
pretty
funds
much,
have approved, yes,
yeah.
but on the email we got was the funds all the
She-
way through
I was gonna say,
December. We're
in-
holding back on the rest of it, so
Yeah.
we'll be doing some more later as we go
I
on.
say, we do
Is
like
it
to
okay
do
if
some
we
of those closer
Push
to the
to
time
July
needed.
or
Yeah.
August for those, just 'cause we felt like we had a
Then
lot to
if
cover.
changes to
Yeah.
what it's gonna
For this
cost or
meeting.
something, she'll have a time to adjust to it, and she
Correct.
won't have to come asking for more money.
Right,
That would be a good way to do that.
yeah, and she's pretty
just
much,
need the flowers right now.
I say she's got it nailed down, I don't
Okay.
think. Flags, before Don goes.
Oh, the flags are
Swear to
done?
God.
We
Oh, they
changed
done?
them.
Did you?
Yeah,
They were changed Friday morning, where were you?
yeah.
But I was everywhere. Parties everywhere, like everywhere, literally. All right, good, good.
you, Bill? Huh?
Holy smokes.
I'm too short, I don't look up there.
Jennifer, we are going to leave the flags,
Correct.
not
Yes.
take them down.
Nope.
Yeah, the question is we love the United States so much that we're just gonna fly the
Just gonna leave them out.
stars and stripes year round.
It's it's
There
too
were only two
dangerous to get up and
sets.
down on that
It was
thing.
winter
Well,
and
with the
summer, that
DPW
was it,
guy
so-
Where he's
retiring,
going, yeah.
then
Unless you wanna climb the pole.
Hey, I offered. He said I wasn't
I
tall
haven't
enough.
climbed a pole since I was a kid.
I offered.
We know that.
Oh, Roger could.
If you did want to change them one more time, I think we have some dirty old Strawberry Festival ones that maybe we could spray down. But the fire department is supposed to be putting up our banner for the last time, I
Okay,
believe, this
okay.
weekend. So
Yeah.
if
Okay.
you wanted to ask for a favor, that might be a good time.
I'm
Otherwise, proceed.
think they're-
thinking,
yeah,
I'm
they're-
afraid to ask because
They're done.
it took
yeah.
a lot to get that.
We're kinda short
Like,
on
it was like a
favors.
2-month
Well,
process,
just a
maybe
little bit short
longer.
on
I was gonna
favors.
say-
It was a Christmas banner
Christmas banners.
that was
think-
taken down.
Yeah, we started in January with the request.
Oh, a little late,
It's all good.
a little late.
Yeah.
Okay, so nothing else to approve for decorating committee, no,
No,
No.
okay, so we're good.
So we're on to the North Oakland Transit Authority. We spoke to a lot of it, what's going on tonight. I talked a lot about that. We did get another, excuse me, another citizen advocate. It's a non-voting member of the community. And I expect a couple more when we get the new municipalities. We'll have about four or five of them, I think. So, anything from the planning commission this evening?
I was looking at the meetings that we've had. I don't think we've had one, so we need to probably have one before we're all loaded up. I don't have anything to put before the committee, but otherwise, we're gonna be clumped at the end of the year.
Yeah, so we should just, we
Maybe.
could have a brief meeting, and then actually I could add to that. I spoke to Caitlin Haben.
Yeah.
She's our planner. So we have somebody who like oversees what we do, that we hire as like an outside contractor to help us to make sure that we are in compliance, doing everything we're supposed to do on the planning commission. And she thought that it would be a really good idea if we get all the planning commissioners together, and anybody else who's interested as far as trustees go, you're welcome to come, just to do a training on maybe some zoning.
Oh.
And a few other things,
She can do
because
that.
I talked to her about how, we were talking about revamping with the master plan, the couple things, and how we were interested in those future use maps and how we were gonna
Yeah.
overlay them. There's some confusion with that. I thought maybe she could do that. So we kind of spitballed a few ideas that we could do, so we could have a meeting. We could discuss perhaps things that we all would like to gain from like a training session, and then I'd like to maybe set something up for her for July or August.
Oh, okay.
I mean, maybe August, because we're gonna meet in July.
I would like to attend that.
Okay, absolutely. I'll make sure I send out.
So
an
should
invite.
we cancel a June and just plan on July? Or should we have the June and an August?
I feel like we should have the June.
Okay,
Only-
do we know if Doug's around?
They're here right now.
Okay. Well, we do it.
Let's do a June.
We'll do a
Okay.
June meeting is on to get, we need 4 a year, and if we don't do them all at once, then nobody's around to do the 4, and then we're not technically legal, so let's do the June. I also have the adoption of the master plan for Elmont, which I have not gone through because it's wonderful reading,
Okay.
but we can, I guess,
Oh,
review it.
actually, I'd like to look at it because she's the planner for Elmont, isn't she?
Oh, yes, she was, wasn't she?
Mm-hmm. So I'd be curious, kind of.
This is Elmont Township, so, okay.
Yeah. Let's maybe take a peek at it. We can
Okay.
discuss that at the meeting too.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
all right. That's it for planning commission.
To Pollyant Trail Management Council. We actually have a meeting this month. We're bi-monthly now, we don't have a meeting every month. So, and I can tell you that they have started a repaving project now on the trail today. That's what the two tractors are for paving the trail. I think they're both box blades in the
Is that
back.
what all the dirt's for that's been sitting there for
Yes,
months?
all of that gravel that's sitting there, all that finished gravel that's sitting there, it's that little tiny stuff that they put on top of everything. They're going from Rochester Road to Lake George Road, 3 miles.
Okay, 'cause that's the only section that's,
I guess there's a lot of water. I guess it's pretty low there. They have a lot of problems too. They're
There's
keeping that
spots.
together.
I don't know anything about low.
It is definitely low.
Yeah.
My kids and I went walking over there, and there was so much water. There was a swan that came out in the road and chased us away.
Of
It was
course,
scary.
Oh, that swan's always there.
they are terrifying.
Okay, well,
Always.
he is frightening.
They tell you not to feed them because that's.
Oh,
what
feed
happens.
him? I thought he was gonna eat us.
They bite.
Yeah, they bite hard.
Oh, yeah, they bite.
Okay, moving on to the village park. Again, we'll talk about the park a little bit. We did have our spring cleanup last Saturday. I don't know how helpful I was. I kind of walked around and talked to everybody. I did pick up some stuff and put it in the front loader, so I guess I did something. So that's all done, but we tried to do some other things that we can't do because it's so wet. In the area where the
Did you guys get
natural
stuck?
garden is, so now it's really tore up because Mike got the front
That's
loader
the same.
stuck back there.
We thought we saw some marks.
And they said, can your tiller handle this? I said, no. We're gonna have to fill before we do that. So we're gonna go back in there with a little dryer and see if we can't get that back in order. Then I'll go in and till it up so we can start looking at putting perennials in there.
Right.
Bog plants. Actually, we had a guy come from, he's on the board of the library. He's teacher, lives over on Hagerman Road. He came to this and he was quite knowledgeable in nature and natural stuff. He says it's kind of a hobby. He's a teacher by trade, but it's a hobby.
Very cool.
He really likes it. He talked to us about leaving it the way it is. Because we talked about all the water problems. You can't really get to the bank. You can't get to the observation deck. it's useless back there, it's really flooded. So what we looked at doing now is what we're going to look at doing is putting an elevated walkway in on tiers. So, and you'll go to the spot, you don't have to put it all the way through. If you have a dry spot, stays dry, you can keep that. So you stop there, it's like a boardwalk, it's an elevated boardwalk. We'll have to put side rails on it, keep it wide enough for wheelchairs. I don't wanna see somebody going off into one of those vernal pools in a chair. That's not good. So we're looking at how much it would cost to do all that.
Does that fit into the park plan that was already developed?
All that trailway is all back there, but it's all underwater. And it's
But I mean,
mostly-
does that fit what the trail plan was though, or is it just going over, it's just lifting up what was already going to be there?
I can't answer to that.
Okay,
I'd have to go, I don't know if there's anything that talks to that they wanted a natural gravel, dirt kind of trail rather than.
I don't know that they would really care as long as it could be
This is
used,
the
so,
same kind of thing they have up at Seven Ponds.
yeah.
It's that kind of thing. And somebody else, there's another place, park that they're doing that in down by.
Can the
Lake
park-
Orion, I think, or something.
Can the park, monies pay for that too?
Well, we have to know how much it's gonna cost.
Okay,
So you'll put ties down and you put your planks on top of that.
got it.
So that it'll be available for year-round use.
Mhm.
While, summertime.
Yeah.
Even no matter how much water is in there, unless we have a giant flood.
Just not gonna wood.
So it'll be usable.
Okay.
And that's about all we have. We already talked about,
We
about
beat
the
that
block
dead
grant.
horse.
I think we're at the end of this meeting.
No correspondences, 7:53. We'll make a motion to close this meeting at 7:53 PM.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
John did support.
Okay.